and welcome to the Giraffe Social Media Podcast. It's what social media managers are talking about. I'm Chloe Belchamber, and on today's episode, I'm direct messaging social media strategist and TikToker Mazarine Ayina. We'll be discussing some of Maz's top social media strategies for creators, along with how she grew her TikTok audience to over 50,000 followers. Welcome to the podcast, Maz.
Hi everyone tuning in. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Where are you joining us from today?
I'm joining you guys from East London, Stratford. So yeah, this is my very first podcast, so I'm very, very honoured to be on here speaking to you. And the fact that you are a female as well, because you know I'm all about female empowerment, is just a great combination.
Oh, well, we're very happy to have you here. And yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad that we can team up on this as two women in business.
Amazing, yes.
Well, to kick us off, Maz, you are a social media manager yourself, but you could say that you found a lot of your success through helping business owners and creators with their social media strategies over on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be a great place for us to start by you telling us how you got into marketing and when you first decided to start posting on TikTok.
Oh, so I got into marketing in actually 2016. I was doing my undergrad in sociology, but I got an internship as a social media intern at a luxury fashion brand magazine called Luxury Magazine. So I did it for about a year, and then I was promoted to the freelance social media manager. And I was like, as much as I love sociology, I was like, I really think social media has my heart, you know. And I used to do content creation for myself, which I still do. I do like relatable content, lifestyle content, but I think that internship and everything I've done afterwards has really shown me that I think I'm more of like a behind the scenes person. I prefer like helping people than doing it myself. I mean, it would be great to still do content creating stuff because I do have a brand partnership that I'm currently working on, but I also I just really, really love just being behind the scenes. And then after leaving the magazine and I finished my bachelor's degree, I did a master's in digital marketing because I was like, okay, I'm really interested in social media. Let me like really expand my knowledge and really get into this and see if this is really for me. And I did the master's half in the pandemic, which was hard. Half pandemic masters, and then I got a role because I had to leave the magazine due to colliding schedules. So I got a role at a health and wellness brand, and I'm actually the social media manager there. But being the social media manager at my current company, it just made me realize that I don't want to do social media just in one niche, because I've kind of done fashion and then I've done lifestyle for myself, and I also have friends that are content creators. I want to be able to help people in different industries because I think being just one dimensional for me is quite tedious. So I was like, do you know what? It's time to get back into the freelancing space. And in November, I remember this day like it was yesterday, it was November 6th. And I was like, do you know what? There's only so much more videos that you can consume until you post one yourself. And I could see the power that TikTok had. I could see it with mutuals. I could see it that through people that inspired me. And I was like, do you know what? This is just the time to just get on here. So that's when I started posting on TikTok. That was in November.
Amazing. And when you started on TikTok, did you kind of have a personal account and posted, non-social media related videos before you started Strategize with Care?
Yes, so I actually had a personal account before that, actually. I had a personal account for about a year. And yeah, I would just post like relatable content. I would post stuff like about my relationship, my siblings, and I would speak about anxiety as well. And I think I grew that page to around like 5,000 followers. And then it was in November last year when I started Strategize with Care, like from scratch. So my first account was actually like similar to my personal Instagram, which is Life of Mazarine. So I just did that for about just over a year on and off. I didn't really take it seriously. I was just posting things here and there, but it wasn't until last year when I started taking it seriously professionally. Mm.
That's really cool. And I feel like there's almost been sort of this cultural shift in the last 18 months or so where
Yeah.
we're moving away from this aspirational, overly edited, like Instagram platforms, and we're
Yes.
becoming more drawn to this raw, unfiltered stuff that we see on TikTok. So
Hmm.
I'm interested to hear what your take is on why so many people are gravitating towards that app.
I think it's just exactly what you said. And I think it's also an element of relatability because there are people that base their profiles just on the fact that they have plants, and people
Mhm.
gravitate to that because it's either something that they want to do or it's something that they just like to look at. It makes them feel good. So I think it's that big element of relatability and authenticity. There are pages on TikTok that have like thousands of followers and all they post about is coffee, or how they make like tea certain different colors, and so I think it's just that factor of finding your kind of unique community and your unique social place of what makes you happy. Everyone has that thing that they just love watching again and again and again, whether it's dog videos, whether it's people cooking, whether it's like aesthetical flower arrangements, but it's just that element of relatability, that unique factor that just gets people drawn into it. And I think as well, it's due to the engagement. I think people are not afraid to comment in
Mhm.
comparison to other social media apps. Like you could be talking about the most basic thing and people are like, oh my God, that is me as well. I thought I was the only one. Like, oh my God, it's weird that you said that because that happened to me. Like people are not afraid to say something. So I think, yeah, it's just easier to communicate and be relatable on TikTok for sure. And I think that's why people gravitate towards it.
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
what do they say? The comment section on TikTok is almost better than the content that's being posted.
Yes, for sure. Honestly, some comments are just, yeah, that I don't know how people come up with this stuff. It's just too funny.
Uh-huh. It's always entertaining. Well, let's move into kind of the strategy side of things. I
Mm,
want to know, what do you think makes a successful TikTok? Is there some sort of formula or a series of factors that you need to consider before you hit
mm.
record?
I definitely think it's heavily based on communication. And I think it's like, what do you want to say? And I think the best form of content to be successful on TikTok is a series. Like it could be the simplest series on like how I do my hair to get how I do my hair every week to go out, or how I do my hair every day for work, or the quickest routine to get to work. I think it's just when you break down something that you are passionate about, people really gravitate towards that. So I think the strategy I took is, what is something that everybody needs and everybody wants? And I think that thing is how to grow on TikTok, how to create content, how to be consistent, So I thought of that and I was like, okay, but how do I do this and make my presence something that's longevity, I want this to be a place where people will come back to consistently whenever they need social media tips. So I think it's about really structuring a way you can break down those core questions that everyone is looking for and simplify it in a way that makes it understandable. And I think the good thing about TikTok as well is like repetition is okay, because there's always
Mhm.
going to be somebody that's going to ask you the same question that you probably did a video about 2 weeks ago. And but it's okay to repeat it. You don't have to repeat it in the exact same way, but I feel like there's a really good space for repetition on TikTok as well. And I think and I think that's what really helps when you're trying to build a strategy and trying to be consistent.
Definitely. I've found that, sometimes if you're a creator or you're trying to share information, almost your instinct is to get all the information out at once. But the beauty
Yeah,
of TikTok is, the shorter the video is, the more people are going to want to come back. And then you can
yeah.
share all of that information across multiple videos.
Yeah, literally. And as well, the shorter the video is and the more engaging it is, the more questions people ask. And I always say, like, if you're stuck on questions, read through your comment section, because there's always going to be something there that's going to be like, oh my God, I touched on that, but not too much. So let me do a video about it. Or with a great thing about TikTok as well is you can reply to comments with a video. So that's just extra content for you to add on to your page. So yeah, I feel like the comment section is a really good place if you're struggling for content ideas. Like literally skim through your comment section, and it doesn't even have to be yours as well. Like if there's somebody within your niche or somebody that does something that you like doing, and they have a really good page, and you look through their comments, not to say to steal their comments or whatever, but you can also gauge ideas from their comments. Okay, like we're both doing the same thing, and this is what people are looking for, this is what people are asking for. Let me try and do that, since it's something that's clearly missing. This is something that people clearly need. So it doesn't always have to be your comment section. It could be somebody that's similar to you that has probably really engaging videos, and you can just form conversations in their comment section and drive ideas from that as well.
Definitely. Just file it under a competitor analysis.
Yes, literally. Exactly.
Maz, one of my favorite forms of content as a social media manager to consume on TikTok is when people share, and you share this a lot on your page too, trending sounds with your followers.
Yes.
And you kind of, pop the trending sound into a video and say, this is about to blow up. You should really jump on this. So I want to know, how important is it to jump on trends during their very early stages? And how does it kind of vary from hopping on it once it's already blown up?
Oh, so I feel like it is important to hop in the beginning of the trend, because it gives you opportunity to be at the peak of the sound, because when the sound grows, people are going to go under that sound and search for inspiration. So if you've jumped on it beforehand and your video does really well, there's a high probability that you are going to be at the top of that sound. And even when people are searching for that inspiration, they're still going to look at your video and engage with that video. But I also believe in my secret sauce is I record trend multiple times. So like I'll record the same sound 2 to 3 times, because I feel like a lot of sounds are like super relatable, and there's no rule that says you can only record the sound once, So what I would do is I would post the video at the peak of the trending sound, and then I'll post it again like I feel like, okay, 2 weeks have gone by, whatever, and then I'll have the last one as kind of like a filler post, especially if it's such a memorable sound. Yeah. A memorable sound. People are always going to be like, oh my god, this sound is back, oh my god, this sound again. So I do think it's important for discovery to jump at the beginning of the trend and make it as super powerful as possible. But I also feel like there is also power in doing the trend multiple times and releasing it also later down the line, especially if it's like a super relatable sound. Like the recent one was from like Inventing Anna, when she was like, I do not have time for this. I do not have time. I recorded that. Yes. Like, I feel like I have that video like 5 times on my page, and each time I'm saying something different, because there's just so much you could say. So yeah, I would definitely say there is importance in starting the beginning, but there is no rule that says you can't repeat a trending sound. And a lot of the time as well, people identify creators with a sound, because there are some creators that will use the same sound again and again in their videos. Yes. And then you'll be like, oh my god, I remember a video from this person that used this exact sound. And when you look under the sound, you'll see majority of the videos are theirs, So there's literally no rule in how many times you use a sound.
Definitely. And I mean, there's almost a benefit to that, because you know how hard you can see a TikTok sound 5 times in a day, but once you actually want to use it, it ceases to exist. So having your name as something someone remembers to find that sound is probably quite beneficial to you.
100%.
Well, we know that consistency is key when it comes to growing on TikTok. I feel like, people are always saying you need to post 3 to 5 times a day, which for some people is quite easy to achieve, but maybe not realistic for everyone. Yeah. So I want to know, how easy is it to put together a clear strategy for investing in growing your account?
What I will say, I feel like consistency is required on an app like TikTok. But what I do tell clients is you need to be realistically consistent in accordance to your own life. Because what works for me may not work for you, because everyone has different schedules. What I personally do is I look at my schedule and I think, okay, what is my most free day? Because number one, I don't think it's practical to record videos every day. And I don't think it's healthy either to be like on camera every day. although I do believe there's power in spontaneous posts. Of course, if you feel like posting, do it. But if you want a more strategic plan where you want to be consistent, where you're doing one video a day or two videos a day or seven videos in a week, then I would say pick your least busiest day and learn the art of batch creating. Batch creating has saved my life so many times. So my schedule is I only record on Mondays and Thursdays, like today. So my Monday, I would do the bulk of it. Like I would do like 10 to 15 videos, some long, some short. And then Thursday is kind of like my catch up day. So in case there's a trending sound that's popped up throughout the day, or I want to reply to a comment with a video, or I just have things that I didn't do on Monday for Thursday. And that's kind of like the schedule I live by. And it just makes life so much easier, especially when you are juggling clients and work and life in general. I don't think it's healthy to like always be on camera. So I will always advise that be realistically consistent to your own life. You don't have to post 5 times a day, but pick your least busiest day and learn the art of batch creating. I promise you, it is a lifesaver.
Yeah, I really love that advice because I feel like, social media managers find it quite hard to switch off when we're not working on social. We're probably browsing social, after work
Literally.
or in spare time.
My what's it called? What's the iPhone analytic? The screen time. My screen
Gosh.
time. You don't even want to see my screen time. Okay, my screen time is ridiculous.
It's just, social media manager things.
Honestly.
Well, while researching for this episode, I was naturally having a bit of a stalk on your TikTok page, checking out some of your most recent videos, and I saw a really good one about how not enough people are utilizing the full extent of TikTok's tools that they have on offer. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I feel like there's loads of tools on TikTok that can really help with engagement. And my favorite one to always kind of like shout at people about is TikTok polls. Like you can actually have like live polls in your video and people can answer it. And when they answer it, you can actually see who's given you answers. And I feel like that's a great way to produce primary data. And this doesn't even just have to be for business owners or service providers. This can be for creators as well, like creators in the lifestyle or fashion industry. If they're stuck on, okay, what type of content should I do next? Ask your audience. Somebody is going to answer. I think the beauty about TikTok is there's so much opportunity for organic reach. So why not just try it? Because sometimes I feel like everyone goes through that creative block where like you don't know what to do, or you're just stuck to this simple routine. Like me, I have my routine where I just sit in a chair with my white wall. Sometimes it's like, am I becoming boring? Am I like, is this enough? Type of thing. So I think there's always a way to be extrally interactive. I don't even know if that makes sense, but just to add that element of interaction. So I would definitely say use all the tools. Polls are my favorite. You can use it to collect so much different data. It's amazing. And my second favorite thing is like when people do like the stitch this with your favorite whatever, or stitch this with your favorite movie, or stitch this with your favorite piece of advice. I think that's also a brilliant way to increase engagement. And I think green screens are another one of the greatest tools, especially when you are like talking about different things, whether it's a fashion item or a skincare product. I think it's just easier, and it's good to show that you care enough to show where the product is from or where you got it from. So I think it's a great way to enhance your creativity, to kind of get out of your mundane routine, because sometimes it can be difficult and you start to question yourself, like, is what I'm doing enough? Like, do I need to do more? I think it's a great way to just have a good creative escape. That way you can learn and see, okay, do I want to stick to my current content style, or do I want to level it up a little bit and add a little bit of everything, and kind of also see what your community interacts with more? Because you could be surprised like how they will react to you using a green screen, or stitching a popular video and stating your opinion, or using a poll and showing that you actually, care about their opinions and adapting to it, So I think it's really good to use different tools, and it provides like so many answers.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
on the topic of sort of your community and community building, why
Yeah.
is it so crucial to build up trust and relationships with your audience before you start selling on TikTok, or especially for brands, before you start kind of throwing products their way?
Mm. I think it's because there's so many businesses on TikTok, there's literally billions and billions of users on TikTok. And I feel like to build trust, you kind of have to prove that you're valuable. So because I started my page in November, from November to January, all I did was like share free ideas. I was like, before I sell anything, these people need to understand that I actually do this in real life. So how am I going to prove to them I actually do this? And it's by giving free, valuable content. And I feel like with social media, unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are scammers, or a lot of people that don't really tell the truth, or a lot of people that are in it for the money. And sometimes it's really hard to differentiate, okay, who am I going to invest in? And I think a really great way to build that trust is proving your services, proving your value by giving away some sort of free, valuable information. And I also think word of mouth is still powerful. So I feel like if you were to promote a business, and let's say, God forbid, that you did turn out to be a scam, or you did turn out to be somebody that's unreliable, TikTok is so powerful. Somebody could end your business like that, just based off the fact that you weren't honest. If you're telling people that I'm going to help you make 10K in your business in 1 month, and you don't follow up on that, it, like, some people will talk about it and people will band together and cancel you, unfortunately, So I always say prioritize your reputation. And in order to prioritize your reputation, you have to provide some sort of free value, whether it's tips, whether it's hacks, whether it's suggestions, whether it's ideas. Give yourself time and give yourself grace to build that trust and build that value and build your reputation before you're like, okay, guys, invest in me. Because anyone can be salesy. Anyone can come on camera and be like, buy my clothes, but why? The question is why? Why should we buy your clothes in particular, And building that reputation is what is more important than building your income, I believe.
So what are some of the best examples that you've seen of either brands or creators that have successfully integrated TikTok into their marketing communications?
Oh, my favorite creator would have to be Jackie Anya. I'm really sorry if I said your name wrong. Jackie Anya. She's originally from YouTube. So she used to do long YouTube lifestyle vlogs, and she recently released a candle brand. And I love how she subliminally adds her candles in her videos, like when she's like doing her house routine, or she's talking about how she gets ready to go out. She'll like light her candle in the beginning, to build up the ambiance in the room, and then she'll start the tutorial, and then she'll start talking, And I like the fact that it's not every video is about her candle and business. Sometimes it's just about having fun and interacting with her audience. And she also integrates a little bit of her relationship here and there. And I think even as a business owner, I think it is important to just have that 20% of lifestyle content, because as I was saying earlier, relatability is important. So something that I like to string on is my anxiety, because I know there are other people that suffer from anxiety. It's got nothing to, well, you can attach it to social media and coming on camera and being anxious, but it's just that 20% of I didn't have to tell you that I have anxiety, but that 20% of being relatable just really, really works in terms of building an audience. And I've seen other YouTubers try and cross over, but majority of their content is just sneak peeks for their YouTube video, which is like, this is not what TikTok is for. Whereas like Jackie, she really integrates, okay, how am I going to do what I do on YouTube in short form that makes it very, very interesting. So I love that about her. In terms of brands, this might be like a popular cliche choice, but Ryanair's TikTok is amazing. Whoever runs that TikTok, congratulations to you. You deserve a pay rise. I love how they are, because a lot of businesses struggle to integrate trending sounds to their niche, and I feel like they do it so effortlessly. So I would definitely say those are my top two, Ryanair and Jackie Ayina. Sorry if I butchered your name wrong.
No, you're so right. Whenever any of our clients are thinking about maybe, dabbling in TikTok, dipping a toe in, we always send them Ryanair's, because they are
Honestly,
such a great example of how
geniuses.
That and Duolingo also killing it
Yeah.
on TikTok.
And also Vapianos as well, actually. Vapianos do quite well with their content as well. It's quite interesting. They followed me like a month ago. And I was like, okay, I see you. And I would like see a trend. Like, okay, we see you. So Vapianos is on a rise as well. Definitely check out Vapianos
Okay,
TikTok page.
amazing.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I guess, what are some of the biggest mistakes that a brand can make on TikTok?
Oh, I think it's just coming and showcasing their products. Like it look coming and doing something that looks like an Instagram ad. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like it just looks very adverty, like this belongs on a TV type of thing. And I feel like what they should take from that, what they should take from like Ryanair and Vapianos is something Pretty Little Thing I think are also dabbing into a little bit is where they give the perspective of the social media manager and they give their behind the scenes stuff, because we know Pretty Little Thing exists, we know what Pretty Little Thing does, but there's a Pretty Little Thing social media manager that I follow. I completely forgot her name, so I apologize, but she does like, oh, what I got up to in the office, what I got up to in PLT HQ. So again, building that community, showing us the insight, showing us what goes into the brand, instead of coming there and being like, this is what's coming this season, this is what we have out, summer's here, buy these floral beach dresses, you know, like that's just not gonna work, because all we're gonna do is just skip to the next video.
Definitely, because we're
Yeah,
already going to Pretty Little Thing anyway. Let's be honest.
honestly.
So yeah, I do love. I think when big companies like Google, for example, or even YouTube invite creators to their head office, and they always film the very cool
Yes.
videos. There's always a slide in there. And
Yeah,
yeah,
honestly, and there's always something cool. There's always like a buffet, a dessert place, all these amazing things. And it's like, well, how do people work, you know?
yeah, I'm already sold. Well, before we wrap things up, Maz, it's time for our rapid recommendations segment where
Ooh.
we find out what our guests have been loving and what they can't live without. So I'm
Mm.
very excited to ask you our three questions. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, my first question is, what is one app or tool that you simply can't work without?
A typical answer, Canva. Canva is my best friend. Life without Canva, I don't know what I would do, because I'm not your Photoshop girl. I'm not your InDesign girl. Everything's in one place. So Canva all the way.
No, I'll back you on that 100%. That would
Yeah.
probably be my answer too. My second question, and I guess we've already answered this really, is
Mm.
who is one brand or persona that you think is getting social media right at the moment?
Oh, yeah, I would have to say my previous answer will definitely be Jackie and Anya, but outside of TikTok as well, everybody's favorite queen. I feel like Rihanna does such a good job on social media. Like I think she does such a good job on showing her personality, showing how she genuinely cares about her brand. Similar to Selena Gomez as well. I've been hearing so much great things about Rare Beauty, and I also see that Rare Beauty social media actually comments on creators that use their products and they encourage them and they give them support. I actually saw a video this morning, funnily enough, because they have like this new like tinted foundation out and somebody tried it and they actually comment on people's video and they're super encouraging and interactive. So yeah, I would say Jackie Anna, Rihanna, and Selena Gomez.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And finally, what is one valuable resource, event, or group that you think our listeners should know about?
Oh, so there is this gal that used to work at TikTok and Instagram, but she started her own thing where she encourages creators to not downplay themselves, and she's created this platform where creators can put in how much they've been paid from other brands, just so you know whether you're being underpaid or not. Her name is Kristen, so it's CHIRRSTEN on TikTok. Super knowledgeable. She shares so much tips on like how you should pitch yourself, what to accept, what to not accept, your engagement rate, and all of that. And somebody else called Enjoy Digital, they're a digital marketing agency in Leeds. She does like really cool informative updates within the social media world, which I just find so helpful. So I would think those are the two great resources, and myself as well on TikTok if you need any content tips, but the other two I would highly recommend for sure.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. If you enjoyed this week's episode, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you'd like to leave us a review on your favorite podcasting app, we wouldn't mind that either. We've been Giraffe Social Media. You've been amazing. We'll see you next time.